Hey, 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 hey. Hello everybody, welcome to the live stream. Formula 1 F1 Challenge VB career is back with the 1975 season, sorry. With Oliver Higgs, and I think we shall start momentarily. This is part 1 of a hopefully 5-part live stream. Hopefully I'll be able to finish the 75 season before the end of the year, or by the end of the year. But we'll have to wait and see how things pan out. Hello, Tudor. Hello, Icehammer. Right, so let's get started then. Come on. Looks like Streamlabs is having problems picking up my game all of a sudden. You do it this way. Yeah, there we go. Finally. So, 1975 season then. Last time, we just about managed to win the 1974 season by 1 point under rather controversial circumstances when pretty much the entire, well, not pretty much, the entire field decided to retire from the US Grand Prix at Watkins Glen, which afforded Oliver Higgs his first championship title. Hopefully it's not going to be that easy in 1975. Hopefully we'll be able to, you know, actually raise 4 points and do it properly. Before we jump in, let me quickly check my stuff, and just as I was fearing, some of my stuff had reset for some odd reason. The game keeps doing this, has been doing this for a while now, but oh well. Clutch. It. Override. No, actually, that's DC override. Launch control. Oh, don't really need it, but it never hurts having it. Instant replay. That can go over there. Pause can go over here. Start race can go over there. Reverse here. Yay. Sorry about this. The game has a stupid tendency of forgetting my controls. Oh, nope. That's fifth. That's sixth. And seventh. Okay. Ignition. Starter. Cursor in DRS we don't need yet. Oh, that looks fine. That's fine. Fine. Force feedback, okay. Difficulty. A little bit of stability assist, instruction control. Damage multiplier can stay as is. Rolls times 3, 35% races. AI driver set up to 90%. That's okay. Cockpit camera. And all of that is okay. So, cool. Let's get started with the 1975 Formula 1 World Championship then. Take this back to 35%. 3 times. Everything else can stay as is. Okay, so round 1. Argentine Grand Prix at Buenos Aires. Looking forward to it. Hopefully we'll have a good race here. But we'll have to wait and see how things pan out, right? Anywho, let's get cracking with the Kraken. Nearly 6 kilometers. This circuit. Just a hair under. In fact. Okay, so as usual, let's jump straight to qualifying and put in one single qualifying lap. But first, let me make sure I have enough fuel to complete a qualifying lap. Dookie dookie. All looks fine. So let's go and qualify. should be fun. Oh, something fell. Don't know what it was. Whatever it was, it rolled underneath my seat, so I'm not going to look after it. So, racing for Mach-E Engineering this season as voted by you guys. Obviously, I've already set up the straw poll for you guys to vote for next season's team. Oh, no 6th gear. Don't even know why I tried shifting into 6th. Ooh. Need to brake a little bit earlier for this corner. But that's fine, this is only the out lap, so it's not going to affect our ability to qualify. Okay, easy through the final chicane. Ooh, nearly lost the back there. And we come around to start our qualifying lap. Wonder how well I'll be able to qualify for the race. Going to run low on fuel, but that's fine. Ooh, the back stepping out through the fast right-hander. Well, with that, that's definitely not going to be a good qualifying lap, since I'm sticking to my one-shot qualifying policy. So that spin will have cost us quite a bit of time. Ah well, it is what it is. This time, started braking much earlier into the hairpin, which helped. Ooh. Back wanting to step away from me. I think it's a bit difficult to control the car through corners. The car really having a twitchy rear end. As we come through the final few corners, set. Oh, ooh, what was that? The car just jumping all over the place. So definitely that will have completely destroyed our qualifying place. Ah well. It is what it is. Let's now skip through the rest of qualifying. Quick sip of coffee. Obviously, thanks to that rather weird qualifying run, we'll end up at the rear of the pack, but that's fine. I'm sure there will be a lot of retirement, so we should be able to make up quite a few positions through that, and I'm hoping that I'm actually faster than some of these guys. I'm not really sure what to expect from the car. Obviously, Mach-E engineering didn't do too well in real life back in 75, so we'll have to wait and see. Somehow, Jochen Mass hasn't set a single qualifying lap, so he's going to actually start from 32nd, which allows me to start from 31st, so not quite last. Second to last. Anyway, let's skip all the way to racing, dry race, which is absolutely fantastic. Let's fill up our car. 18 laps. More false fuel. Actually, I'm going to completely fill her up just in case the calculations are off, as they often are in this mod. And let's go. I'm really curious to see how well Oliver will fare with Mach-E engineering. Obviously, it's taken him a lot of time to win his first world championship, as opposed to his father, who won after just 2 or 3 seasons, I forgot. Anyway, we have Carlos Reutemann starting from pole, which is kind of interesting. Niki Lauda there, the man who won the world championship in real life, starting from 4th, so not a very good qualifying for him, but obviously he'll be hoping to do well. Lella Lombardi there, one of the very few women in Formula 1, starting from 10th, so she had a very good qualifying run. Actually quite shocked, because in real life she didn't do all that well. And actually, if I remember correctly, she didn't even make an appearance until, I believe, the Monaco Grand Prix. I think. Feel free to correct me there in the chat if you know more than me. John Watson there, starting from way back. Wilson Fittipaldi starting back as well in his own team, and there we are. Higgs and Arturo Merzario at the rear of the grid. We have the Corsair car of Wilson Fittipaldi in front of us, and we are off for the 1975 season, round 1, Argentinian Grand Prix. Very slow off the start for everyone, but we've made up a couple of positions, up into 22nd already as you come into turn 1. And a few cars off the track there, which promotes us into 22nd. Nearly ran into both of those cars who were trying to re-enter the circuit in kind of a dangerous manner. Luckily nothing bad happened, but it could have ended in tears for a lot of people. Onto the back straight now. Longest straight off the track. Trying to fight off Emerson Fittipaldi behind me. Brake a little bit early, and he is promoted in 21st, as there are a bunch of cars going very slowly through these corners. So up in P15 now, right behind Ralph Peterson. with Joe Schecter in the Tyrrell behind me. The AI obviously having issues navigating the circuit for whatever reason. And there's another car off to the side of the track, and that promotes me, or rather Oliver, into 15th, 14th, but Jody Scheckter immediately takes that position away. Coming out of the final few corners now to finish lap 1. So, more cars having issues around the circuit through weird corners, and that promotes us into P11 now. I'm not really sure why the AI is struggling to navigate some of these fast corners. It really shouldn't be that difficult. But, oh well. Closing in on Bryce there in P10, who is going very slowly indeed. Probably has a problem with his car, maybe missing a front wing, but we'll soon find out. Yes, indeed, he is missing a front wing, although I don't know why he would be driving so slowly on a straight, but oh well. So then, that promotes Oliver into P10. Chasing after Gies van Lennep this time. Ooh. The back breaks away as I come into this series of slow corners. We've got Niki Lauda behind us, who's dropped down significantly, it looks like, after the start. Dropped from 4th on the grid to 11th. It's probably not going to be easy to keep him behind me. He has a far superior car to our little Maki here. Okay, so lap 3 now. Driving in P10 now. And I have Niki Lauda breathing down my neck in the Ferrari. I just can't keep speed through the second half of this fast right-hander. I kind of lose out a little bit to Niki Lauda, but inch my way in front of him again on the back straight, which is kind of surprising that my car would have more straight line speed than Lauda, but he actually, and I make a mistake coming into the chicane. Lauda manages to overtake me. So we drop down to P11. And obviously, with the much faster Ferrari, Lauda is able to sail away. No competition from our little Maki here. Even though on paper we have a much more reliable engine in the Ford Cosworth. But that's just because it's more reliable doesn't necessarily mean that it's faster. Okay, looking good so far. I never would have expected to be running in P11, especially not this early on. But obviously, the AI is having a lot of trouble navigating the circuit, as Hanmar is right on my gearbox now. He's probably going to have a look on the inside as we come into the chicane. However, I try to block him as best as I can. Try to defend the inside coming into the hairpin. Hanmar there having a look on the outside, but there's no way of overtaking through there. Really bumpy circuit this. Oh no, I run wide into the left-hander there, right-hander even, and that allows Hanmar to get around me on the inside. So that drops me down to P12 now. Mike Donahue behind us now. Some 3 seconds down the road. Let's hope we can keep far away from him. As we start lap 5. Hanmar there pulling away quite quickly. Mike Donahue though is catching up, which is the exact opposite of what I would like him to do. I would much rather have him drop as far back as possible as I overcook my brakes coming into the chicane, losing even more time. Mike Donahue then that right on my gearbox. Sorry. Sorry about that, had a bit of an interruption. Hello, Bronny. Mike Donahue there having a look on the inside, trying to get around me. Hopefully I can keep him at bay as we come through this very tricky last few corners, and I lose it completely, and allowing Donahue pass. So we drop further down to P13 now. Now with Alan Jones behind. He's having a look on the inside, coming into the fast right-hander. Long right-hander. Which tightens quite a bit towards the exit. And I lose 2 positions there to Alan Jones and Arturo Merzario. Not at all ideal, but it is what it is. Oh, no! Oh, I lost it, and everyone else lost it as well. Luckily, I managed to keep my engine running. But we dropped down to P19 now. That was liftoff oversteer. Lifted up the throttle just a little bit too early and spun me around. And we now start lap 7 of this 18-lap Argentine Grand Prix. Down in P19 then, with Bryce behind us, just half a second, actually less than half a second now. Carlos Reutemann, I think, has just retired, which promotes us to P19. P18, sorry. Can't even read anymore. Ooh, Alan Jones is off, promoting us up into P17. As I nearly lose the car again. Into the hairpin then once again. Try to defend the inside. Shut the door on Bright. Okay. Slowly catching up to Nicholson, it looks like. No relation to the actor, at least I don't think. Go wide through the fast right-hander. Ooh, very wide. Just about managed to keep it out of the wall there. But I dropped down to P19. With Rolf Stommel now breathing down my neck. Obviously I didn't have any speed, so he easily overtakes me. Now with Wilson Fittipaldi in the Corsair car right behind me. So down in P20 then. Not a very good race as someone's off. And Wilson manages to go past on the inside, didn't really try to defend there. That was kind of my mistake. I wasn't really paying attention. I was more preoccupied with the car that went off. Jochen Maas there now behind us in the McLaren. Oh, he forces me to go wide, and I lose yet another position. Down to P22 then. And we have a blue flag. That's probably Lauda trying to get around. I think I'll just bite the bullet and honor the blue flag. I don't want to get a penalty. And there's someone else off. Was Rolf Stommelen. Now back up into P21 then. Quite a wild race here. A lot of things happening. And in quite a quick succession. Kind of difficult to keep pace with everything. But we're ahead of Alan Jones once again. That's probably not going to last for long though. He does have a much better car, and we have yet another blue flag. Okay, I allowed the faster car past and immediately shut the door on Alan Jones. That's how you should do it. And someone else is off. That's Jochen Maas, promoting us back up into P19. Sorry, need to pause again. Sorry about that. Keep getting interruptions. Downside of living with old people, as Hans Stuck overtakes me. I wasn't paying attention. Alan Jones now having a look all over me, trying to figure out a way to get past me. All the while I'll try to make my car as wide as possible. in the second half of this race now. And Jackie X is out of the race, so that promotes Oliver into P18. And Alan Jones having a look on the inside and manages to squeeze past, so we're back down in P19. And Jochen Maas now having a look. Oh, and I go wide. That definitely is going to allow... No! Jochen Maas remains behind me. That's quite unexpected. I definitely thought he would try and make use of that gap, but he didn't. Okay, lap 11 then. Struggling to find fifth gear, and that's going to allow Jochen Maas to overtake me, obviously. No, he still stays behind. That's okay. He finally managed to overtake me, and John Watson is now behind us as someone is trying to lap me. I'll allow it. One of the beta marches also trying to overtake, to lap me. Dab of the brake to allow him through without me losing too much time. Not doing too hot in this race. It's kind of unfortunate. But it's more consistent with Oliver's normal luck in his career so far, so. Oh, yellow flag. Not sure what happened. Will we be able to benefit from it? Nope. Not really. So then, James Hunt leading the 1975 Argentine Grand Prix. Oh, stay off the grass, Mephisto. Oh, and Evans is out of the race, so that's going to promote us back up into P19. And we have someone trying to lap me once again. Dab of the brake, and there we go. None of us lost too much time with that. Ooh, Jochen Maas seems to be having some sort of a problem. Oh. We've caught back up to Jochen Maas. But he's now once again pulling away. Lap 13 then, still in 19, entering the final stages of the race. And that's another blue flag. One of the shadows is trying to lap me. And there he goes. And a Ferrari is now trying to lap me. John Watson is getting close, ever closer to me. Hopefully he won't catch me before the end of the race, although that's quite doubtful because he's been making very good progress on me. Also, I'm actually kind of struggling to keep the car on the track. Again, the rear of the car is very twitchy, making it quite difficult to get the power down coming out of the slower corners, of which there are quite a few on this track. Starting lap 14 then. John Watson now right on my gearbox. Which is unfortunate. But I will try my best to keep him behind, obviously. Going wide. That's not exactly what I wanted. But I'm just about able to keep ahead of Watson, which is fine. Not a very good season opener for Oliver. Especially after his first World Championship. As we overtake Jochen Maas, who went off through the fast chicane. And another blue flag. Unwillingly allowed Jochen Maas to get around me, trying to also was trying to allow the lapping car through. Not a very smart thing to do, but such is life sometimes. Lap 15 then. 4 more laps to go. Trudging along at the back of the grid. Pretty high attrition rate though. A lot of cars have retired by now. And Jochen Mass once again loses control of his car through the chicane. I'm not sure why he's having so much trouble navigating the chicane, but apparently he had. John Watson having a look on the inside, then on the outside through the hairpin, but I managed to shut the door on him quite nicely. No, P18 now. I'm not sure if I'll be able to keep it, as John Watson once again tries to have a look on the inside. However, I go defensive and he is not allowed to pass. Only 3 laps left in this race. Still running P18 at the moment. With a little bit of luck, I'll be able to hold on to this position until the end. But that's left to be decided. As we're being blue flagged once again. Allow the lapping car to pass us, but whilst keeping Jochen Mass behind. Once again into the chicane, where Mass has had so much trouble navigating throughout the entirety of this race. Quite a bit of a shame for him. Not so much for us, obviously. And we can use all the luck we can get. Jochen Mass having a look on the inside and actually manages to squeeze through. Thanks in no small part to the fact that I wasn't paying too much attention. However, knowing his luck this race, he'll probably lose control of his car through the right, left, right chicane at the end of the long straight. So that's probably going to help us, as James Hunt wins the Argentine Grand Prix. That's going to be 9 points for him, starting off the season in a very strong position. Meanwhile, we are down in 19th, struggling to hold off John Watson. And it looks like Jochen Mass hasn't made an error coming through the chicane this time. So that's unfortunate for us, because it means we'll be finishing the race in P19. P18 would have been better, but we haven't had that luck. Now let's just hope I'll be able to hold on to P19, as John Watson is breathing down my neck quite heavily, and I'm struggling to control the car through these lower sections. Just a handful of corners left to go. So there we have it. P19 for the opening round of the 1975 season. Not a good beginning for Oliver, especially after winning the championship in 1974, but the season is still quite long and there is time to bounce back. Whether or not I'll be able to do it, it's up for debate, but not scoring points in the first race of the season definitely isn't the end of the world. Hopefully we'll have more luck in the coming races, so we'll have to wait and see. Alright. Let's bring the car back to the pit and take a look at the race results and the championship. Obviously the driver championship is going to be the exact same as the race results, given that this is the first race of the season. Pam param pam pam. Okay, so James Hunt wins the 1975 Argentine Grand Prix from Carlos Reutemann. Dave Charlton finishes third, fourth is Harold Ertel, Niki Lauda fifth, and Jean-Pierre Jarier finishes the race in sixth. So those are the top 6 drivers of the race. In all, 20 people managed to complete the race, with everyone else retiring. So quite a high attrition rate here, but kind of to be expected. It's quite a demanding track, and also, well, as we saw, the AI was having quite a bit of issues navigating some of the corners here. Anyway, let's move on to the championship standings there. First, the driver's standings. Obviously, the positions are the same since this is the first round of the race. So now let's take a quick look at the Constructors' Championship. Hesketh Racing leading from Martini in second. Lucky Strike Scribante in third, fourth. Warsteiner Brewery and Scuderia Ferrari are in fifth, with UOP Shadow in sixth. So those are the constructors, and that is the opening round of the season. Next race is the Brazilian Grand Prix at Interlagos. Looking forward to that, but before we go to that race, let's quickly exit the race and make sure we have the proper cars and liveries for the season, or for the race even. Okay, race number 2, Brazilian Grand Prix. Yes. So, okay, sure. Sorry, misclick there. Okay. Okay, so whilst the game is loading, I will quickly take a bathroom break. Okie dokie. Break over. Uh, Honestly, Jorge, I have no idea. Haven't really studied much about Maki engineering. Anyway, let's go to the second round of the season, the Brazilian Grand Prix at Interlagos. Fun little long circuit, almost 8 kilometers long. The longest, in fact, of the calendar. Ooh. Ugh. Quite sleepy today. Not sure why, maybe it's the weather. Although I haven't had very good sleep either, so that also plays into it. Okay, as always, let's let's skip all the way to qualifying. Speed up time and make sure we have enough fuel to complete at least one lap. Well, one lap is all I'll be doing, so yeah, anyway, let's go. Let's go qualifying. Hopefully we'll do a little bit better at the Brazilian Grand Prix. I've run out of things to say. How typical. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Really twitchy backhand. Making it quite a handful to drive. Oh, that's not how you exit the final corner. Anyway, let's start our qualifying lap. As always, only one qualifying lap. Wonder where we'll end up on the grid, probably somewhere in the back. If the pace of that Ferrari that overtook us is anything to go by. Ooh, going wide. Struggling to keep it together. Sorry if I'm not saying too much, I'm trying to kind of concentrate on my racing line. Oh. Nearly lost the back end there. Okay, it looks like we'll be nowhere near pole time. Carlos Pache is in pole with a lap time of 2 minutes and 20 seconds, and will be far slower than that. A lap time of 2 minutes 44 seconds, which at the moment is good enough to put us into P14, but I'm sure that's not going to last for long. Anyway, let's speed through the rest of this and see where we end up by the end of qualifying. Probably nowhere near the top, obviously. Already down in 22, P22 that is. Really quickly falling down the order. It's obvious that we don't have the fastest car on the grid. Okay. So that's going to be P23 as I expected. Quite slow there. Anywho, let's go on to racing then. Fill her up. And go for this 13 lap Brazilian Grand Prix and see where we can end up. I think once again, just like in Argentina, we are going to have to rely a lot on the retirements to gain positions, but we'll have to see. Anyway, let's go driving, racing even. Emerson Fittipaldi once again starting from pole position. Dave Charlton in second, that's quite interesting. Lela Lombardi starting from 5th, that's actually astounding. She actually outqualified Niki Lauda, who starts from 7th. What on earth is this starting grid? Jackie X down in 11th, Claire Ragazzoni in 12th. James Hunt starting the race from 14th. Really interesting front grid here. I'm going to be quite interested to see how it ends. Wilson Fittipaldi there, starting from 25th, a lot better than in Argentina. Okay, and it's go for the Brazilian Grand Prix. There's someone stuck on the grid already and very slow start for the Brazilian Grand Prix as we make our way into turn 1. We've already managed to gain a couple of positions. Well, more than just a couple. There's a shadow at the side of the track and that promotes us up into P21. The AI really slow on the straight for whatever reason. As we move up into P18, coming through this fast double left-hander. Ooh, quite a few crashes at the side of the road there. Up into P16 now, or 17 actually, apparently. More cars colliding with each other, promoting Oliver Higgs into P14. This is only lap 1 of 13, so it's going to be quite an interesting Brazilian Grand Prix by the looks of things. Harold Ertl there losing control of his Ford Steiner, promoting Oliver into P13. But we have Victoria Brambilla breathing down our neck as Carlos Reutemann returns from the race. So that's going to be P12 for Oliver. Going wide into the hairpin, which allows Brambilla in front of us. Okay, so coming around to finish the opening lap of the second round. The 1975 season, the Brazilian Grand Prix. We're up in P13 from, started from 32nd. As it all stumbling as they look on the outside. And Gies van Lennep is now out of the race. That will promote me into P12 momentarily as I go wide through the fast left-hander. And I lose quite a few positions there. Alan Jones having a look on the outside. Down in P16 then. Ah, Alan Jones crashing into the back of me. Luckily that I didn't lose my rear wing. He needs to be a little bit more careful, otherwise he might end up taking us both out of the race as he overtakes me on the outside. But that drops me down to P17 as Bryce now has a look on the inside. Easily overtakes me, so does Jody Scheckter. Losing positions really quickly. We now have Wilson Fittipaldi behind us. Having a look on the inside. Ooh, and he completely loses control. Going for a tumble as Hans Stuck retires. Once again, quite an eventful race, just like in Argentina. We have Claire Regazzoni there, and one of the Tyrrells were upside down. This is shaping up to be quite an interesting race. Just like Argentina, Jody Scheckter out of the race then. That's probably the Tyrrell we saw upside down there towards the end of lap 2. Oh, I'm yawning quite a bit today. Jochen Maas having a look on the inside. I'm trying to keep the door shut on him. Jochen Maas trying to find a way around me. I'm pretty sure he's going to be able to do it eventually. He does have a faster car. And there he goes, overtaking me on the outside. Quite easily, I should add. I might add. Leo Regazzoni now having a look on the inside as I have a very messy line through that slow hairpin, and Patrick Depailler is now out of the race. We just saw him with his car upside down. Later got Sony having a go on the inside. And gets past us. John Watson now having a look. And he manages to get around as well. But it looks like we have more straight line speed, so we should regain that position. Arturo Merzario is now out of the race as well. That promotes us up a position. John Watson having a look again and loses it. Meaning we get to keep P18 for the time being at least. Oh, I suddenly moved up into P17. Suggesting that someone had retired. I'm not sure who it was. But we are now on lap 4 of 13, sorry. We have Evans closing in on us slowly. Wide through the hairpin, trying to keep Evans behind myself. It's not as easy as it might seem. And there he goes on the inside and immediately loses control of his car, so only lost P17 for a very short time. And Evans is right back up with us. Although we should have the upper hand because it seems that the Mach-E has pretty good straight line speed. It's the corners where I struggle to have to keep in front. Okay. Evans seems to have lost it completely because he's just been overtaken by John Watson. John Watson managed to catch up to us as I struggled to keep the the car on the road coming out of the hairpin. Again, the Mach-E seems to be quite capable on the straights. However, it struggles quite a lot through corners, especially slow corners, due to the fact that it has a very, very twitchy rear end, making it very hard to put down the power coming out of slow corners. You really need to be very careful. Okay then, lap 6. Slowly coming up to the halfway point of the race. Oh, nope, I go wide. Thankfully, I managed to keep Watson behind. At least for now. Ooh, going wide again. Got Watson there having a look on the inside. And Jean-Pierre Jarier overtakes us on the outside of that slow left hand there, the hairpin. Ooh, going wide into the hairpin, and John Watson gets ahead as well, and then immediately gets out of shape, but manages to correct it. Nearly spun the car as Jacques Lafitte overtakes us, dropping us down to P20. Lost 3 places through only a handful of corners. Quite unfortunate. And now we have Rev Peterson having a look, and Jochen Maas returns from the race, so that moves us up 1 position. And Rev Peterson overtakes us, so we immediately drop back down to P20. And I can see a blue flag. So we already dropped down. We are 1 lap behind now. Which at this point I don't really mind. 1 lap less lap to complete before the end of the race. Given how much I'm struggling with the car, I won't mind if the race ends prematurely. Anyway, we have Wilson Fittipaldi now on our gearbox. He's fallen a bit behind all of a sudden, not quite sure why. Maybe he had a bad line through the right-hander. But he's back and having a look on the outside. Try to shut the door on him. This time I managed not to go deep into the hairpin, which allows me to keep Fittipaldi at bay, at least for the time being. And John Watson is now out of the race, so that's one free position for Oliver. At this point, honestly, I'm happy to take any position I can get, in any which way I can get it. Okay, down lap 8. Getting closer and closer to the end of the race. Let's not forget, however, that we are one lap down, so we have one less lap to complete as Wilson Fittipaldi is trying to overtake me. Actually, no, it's one of the shadows that's trying to lap me. Going to move over and allow him through, and then quickly shut the door on Wilson. Done quite beautifully. Well, actually it was quite sloppy, but we'll call it beautiful. Just because I said so. Wilson Fittipaldi all over my gearbox now. Obviously trying to find a way around. Meanwhile, I'm trying my best to keep him behind. Ooh, going wide. That's not going to help me. Nope. Wilson goes ahead. And now I have one of the Ferraris behind me trying to lap me. Let's not hold them up for too much longer. There's no point. And Vittorio Brambilla is out of the race. Promoting me into P18. As Wilson Fittipaldi disappears into the distance. Again, this car is very slow through the corners. I just can't keep the speed up. Any advantage I might have on the straights is completely negated by the car's cornering speed, which is quite unfortunate. Not helping either is the fact that it's very twitchy. Oh, completely mess up the line coming into the hairpin. Ooh, wide. That's not how you drive a Grand Prix car. Come on, Mephisto. You can do better. Hello, Manuel. Okay, so Evans has caught up with us now. He's having a look at a way through. Once again, I'll try to hold them off for as long as I can. However, we're in the section of the track where this car struggles the most. Oh boy. Starting lap 10 then. And another blue flag. I think we'll have to get used to seeing blue flags in 1975. Everyone's having a look on the outside. I'm just about able to hold them off, but we have a blue flag situation here. I need to... there's not much I can do. I need to let the faster car through, and I touched the grass on the outside there. And I lost control of the car completely. So we're down in 19. Evans gets through, unfortunately. And another blue flag. I'm driving for Maki Engineering, Manuel. Let's allow the Team Gunston driver through as he's lapping us. We're not racing him for position. Yeah. A whole bunch of blues. It is what it is. Not gonna complain too much. Oh, and I go wide. As another fast car is trying to lap me. Starting lap 11. Still in P19. Looks like that's the most I can hope for this race. As James Hunt goes ahead and laps me as well. Again, as you can see, I have a lot of straight line speed. However, the car really struggles through corners. Really struggles through corners. Yeah, I guess that's the silver lining. We did actually manage to somehow qualify the car for a race. Kind of. But we do have the slowest car on the track, so... Well, I think Monaco is probably our best bet to getting any points, given the AI's ability to drive on that track. So... hopefully we'll do well there. But there's still a little ways to go before we'll go to Monaco. Coming around then to start lap 12 and my final lap of the race, as we are one lap down. And looking at the situation, it looks like we'll be finishing P19. Evans is 28 seconds up ahead and Nicholson is 30 seconds behind, so I think we are in a pretty good position to finish 19th. No, obviously not. And there we go, Emerson Fittipaldi wins the Brazilian Grand Prix. That's going to tie him with James Hunt for the championship. Tony Price finishing second. Pretty good result for him. Loudline third. Oh, nope, that's not how you drive. Okay. We're almost home. Finishing once again in a lowly P19. But I guess that's the best we can hope to achieve, given that we have the slowest car on the grid. Oh, so that was the Brazilian Grand Prix. Once again, a disappointing result for Oliver, but it is what it is. That's what you get when you go from driving a McLaren, a front runner, to driving the likes of a Mach-E. Anyway, the lap around here is quite long, so I don't quite feel like driving back to the pits. Nope, I do not have a teammate. I'm the only driver for Mach-E. Anywho, let's check out the results. So, once again, Emerson Fittipaldi wins the Brazilian Grand Prix. Tom Price finishes second. Niki Lauda third. Carlos Pace fourth. Lela Lombardi finishes fifth, which is better than what she ever achieved in real life. And Mario Andretti finishes sixth, making him the last of the points scorers. In all, 12 people finished the race. Actually, no, there are more. 18 people finished the race, with everyone else retiring. So once again, another disappointing race for Oliver, another disappointing result, but there's not much you can hope for from this car, so I'm pretty sure that's how things will go for the rest of the season, unfortunately. Anyway, let's check out the Drivers' Championship. And as expected, Fittipaldi sharing the lead with James Hunt. Lauda, Carlos Reutemann and Tom Price sharing second. Third is Dave Charlton. Fourth is shared between Carlos Pace and Harald Ertel. Fifth is Lela Lombardi and Mario Andretti sharing sixth with Jean-Pierre Jarier. So that was the Brazilian Grand Prix. Actually, well, we still have the Constructors' Championship. McLaren, Martini Racing and Hesketh sharing the lead with UOP Shadow in second. Third, Scuderia Ferrari. Fourth, Lucky Strike Scribante. Fifth, Warsteiner, and sixth, March Engineering. Round 3 then is the South African Grand Prix at Kyalami, but as always, before we go to that race, I'm quickly going to exit the game and select the correct car liveries and car sets for the race. Ba-da-dum-bum-bum. Favorite era to drive? Well, pretty much the 70s and 80s. Those are kind of my favorite eras, like in general. Anywho, let's go racing. Let's go to the South African Grand Prix, round 3 of the 1975 season. And see how far back we can be in this race. Alrighty, let's skip to qualifying as always. Make sure we have enough fuel to at least complete one lap. Well, I only need one lap worth of fuel. And let's go qualifying then. I'm almost certain we'll start from the back of the grid once again, but still worth a try. Maybe we'll get lucky. Yeah, the 90s cars feel good as well. Quite good. Yeah, look, it's the most I can hope for. Too bad Maki Engineering is not sponsored by Lucky Strike. Oh well. I make my own luck anyway. Okay, starting the flying lap then. Let's see where we can end up. Nearly lose the back end there. Okay, coming out of the fast kink to set our one and only qualifying lap, a 117.4. That's actually 9 seconds slower than pole time. So that's fun. Anywho, let's speed through the rest of the qualifying. Come on. Ow, what was that? Someone crashed. Hello, Zeb. Okie dokie. So, as expected, we will be starting from the very back of the pack. Pretty decent, let's say. Haven't really encountered any weirdness, at least not yet. Yeah, but the grid was pretty big back in 75. Actually, I believe that it wasn't until 1979 when they reduced the grid sizes to 24 cars. Exception being the Monaco Grand Prix, which could only host 20 cars. So, I will play by those rules. Anywho, let's go racing then. Most likely this is going to be yet another disappointing race for Oliver. But, hey. At least we're entering races with a car that didn't really race at all in real life, so I guess we're doing better than they did in real life. Emerson Fittipaldi once again starting from pole position. He's qualifying really well so far in this season. Pum. Oh boy. Lella Lombardi starting from 13th. Slightly worse than in Brazil. Still quite impressive given her real life pace. One's broken on the temperature screens. Haven't seen that yet. Okie dokie, so round 3 of the 1973-75 season then, and the final race of this live stream, and we are off. Well, very slow start as we have waved the yellows. So, Jody Scheckter is already out of the race. As we come into turn 1, gaining a few positions. Well, yes, kind of and kind of not. It's Williams, but it's not the Williams we know. Oh! Car's having a bad time around here, and I lose control of my car as well. It's still... the team is still owned by the same Frank Williams, of course, but... oh! Oh, Wilson Fittipaldi managed to flip his car, so That's unfortunate for him and very fortunate for Oliver. And Carlos Reutemann also retiring from the race. So that's P29. And Vittorio Brambilla managed to put his car as I dip my wheels into the gravel on the inside and spin the car once again. And Niki Lauda is out of the race as well. So is Lela Lombardi. So that's P26. How bad is this car? Absolutely terrible. It's fast on the straights. Actually very fast on the straights. However, there's no speed in the corners. There's not enough downforce to go quickly through the corners. You quite have to nurse it around corners. So yeah, not very fast. Oh, Mario Andretti had an off, but managed to gather himself. Well, Monza and Silverstone. And Monaco as well, given the high attrition rate there. So really the only races where we can hope, even dream of, or hope for points are Monaco, Silverstone and Monza. But we'll have to wait and see, obviously. Okay, we're just about to complete lap 4 and we're already being overtaken by one of the front runners. I think we are going to be lapped at least 4 or 5 times this race. This is going to be fun. Oh, that was bad. Downshifted a little bit too early. which locked up my rear and spun me around. Go on then. Okay, what? Is a bird? Is a turtle? No, it's a. Wait, where is it? Ah, there, it's Maki. Yeah, it's a freaking Maki. 10 points for 360. If only I'd be that lucky. I'd be doing 360s all the time. And that's one of the Tyrrells overtaking me, or lapping me even. And one of the shadows comes to lap me. Hurrah! Why would Andy buy McLaren and then fire his own son? Oh, Mario Andretti is out of the race. That promotes us into P21. And we just saw how fast the Maki can be on the streets. However, as soon as we come into a corner, any corner, we lose speed, and one of the cars that was trying to lap me just crashed into the back of me. Luckily, it didn't break off my rear wing, because that would have meant a visit to the pits. And we're slow enough as it is. And we have another retirement in John Watson. So that is going to promote Oliver into P20. Hello, Greaseball. Ooh. Don't use the curbing around here. Seems like a very bad idea. Only tested on in drag races? Yeah, probably. This is only round 3. Manual. Nope, this is the last race of the stream. And Harold Ertl is out of the race. That's going to promote us into P19. Hooray. Happy days. I'm getting quite familiar with P19 this season. Next stream is going to be next Saturday. So, up into P19 then. Lap 11 of the race then. Slowly coming to the halfway point of the race. And as expected, not doing all that great, but ooh, James Hunt is out of the race. Championship leader is out of the race, and well, one of the championship leaders. Anyway. I'm using a Thrustmaster T150 Zeb. Well, given that the T150 was released in 2017, I believe, I'd say yeah, it does support modern steering wheels. No, Greaseball, I will not press the instant replay button before the start. I don't want the AI to go up in flames. Oh, there's the curving on the inside there. Once again, it tried to spin me around. Okay, lap 14 then. Driving in P18. Just behind Nicholson. 14 odd seconds behind him. We have wave yellow flags around here. Not exactly sure why, because I couldn't see anything. No car on the side of the track or anything, so not quite sure why we had yellows through the S's, but oh well. Yes, I do believe it supports controllers. Haven't tried it myself, but I think it does. I mean, if it supports steering wheels, it obviously should support controllers as well. Okay, so just over halfway through the race now. And we are being lapped again by faster cars. Just pull out of the way. There is no point trying to hold them off or fight them or oppose them. Ooh, I just overtook Tunmer. I have no idea how, but I did, and someone spun off. Suddenly I'm up in P16. I don't know what's happening, but I'm not going to complain, as there's a Tyrrell trying to lap me as well. What? Once try to download the all seasons mod on your tablet. Kind of curious how that went. And Rice is out of the race. So that's going to promote us to P15, and I somehow lapped Evans. Okay. Haven't seen him, but sure, why not? So P15 then on lap 17. By now we're about 2 or 3 laps behind the leaders. So don't have that much longer to go before the end of the race. Yeah, I wish. Ooh, I just overtook Carlos Pache at some point, somehow. So that's P14. Not sure what happened, but... again, I'm not going to complain. Everyone retired? Well, hopefully not. I definitely wouldn't want a repeat of the US Grand Prix of 1974. Everyone runs out of fuel? Huh. What is this, 1986? I crash and somehow win the race? That would be an interesting development. I've already completed a race on 3 wheels back in the 50s during one of the Indianapolis 500 races. When on a steering wheel, I don't think that would be possible. Lap 20 then, up in P14, highest we've been so far in the season. Oh, going wide. I wonder how many times I've been lapped so far. I would say at least 4 times. And Hans Stuck is out of the race. So that's going to promote me into P13. Wow. What an interesting development. I'm not going to do my team career mode in F122. My team in VB, that would be cool. Well, it kinda would be possible if I would replace one of the existing teams with one of my own. You know, create my own livery for one of the cars. But I'm not going to do that because I'm not that good at those kinds of stuff. Oh, bee boo bee boo bee boo bee. Lap 23 then. Nearing the closing stages of the race. Through some sort of a miracle, we're up in P13. That miracle, of course, being a lot of retirements. Ooh, nearly lost the back end. And there are some cars coming around to lap me, I'll just allow them. Ooh, the shadow completely obliterates itself. Crashing into the wall. Ooh. Nearly lost control of the car once again. Abso-fucking-lutely. Why the hell not? I would even drive for Andrea Moda. Why not? So, that is the end of the race then. Emerson Fittipaldi wins. Looks like we'll be finishing in 13th. The highest we've been so far this season. But of course, this is only lap of round 3. Yeah, only 3 laps down. I was expecting to be 4 or 5 laps down by the end of the race. And that is the end of the South African Grand Prix. Highest finishing position so far in the season. It's probably going to be one of our best results of the season as well, so... Let's try and treasure it as much as we can. Because I'm sure we won't have too many of these. Oh boy. That is true, Zeb. That's how it is going to be. So then, that's the South African Grand Prix done and dusted. Emerson Fittipaldi wins from Clay Regazzoni. Tom Price finishes 3rd, Jochen Mass 4th, 5th, Patrick Depailler, and Dave Charlton finishes 6th. Those are the point scorers. There are a lot of people who've been lapped like a bunch of times. I don't know how, but okay. And obviously a whole bunch of retirement. Yes, it's going to be weekly, at least as far as the live streams are concerned. Once I get back to doing videos, I'll probably try and do several videos a week, but we'll see how that goes. It really depends on how much free time I'll have to edit. But anyway, let's move on to and see how the Drivers' Championship is looking. So Emerson Fittipaldi takes the lead in the Drivers' Championship with Tom Price in 2nd. James Hunt drops to 3rd. Niki Lauda sharing 4th with Carlos Reutemann and Clay Regazzoni. 4th is Dave Charlton. 5th is shared between Carlos Pace, Jochen Mass, and Harald Ertel, and 6th is shared between Patrick Depailler and Lela Lombardi. The other point scorers are Mario Andretti and Jean-Pierre Jarier, and everyone else are yet to score points this season. So let's move on to the constructors then, and McLaren are leading the championship from Ferrari. A third are Shadow. A fourth shared between Martini Racing and Hesketh Racing. Fifth, Lucky Strike Scribante, and sixth are Warsteiner Brewery. So that was the South African Grand Prix. Those were the first 3 rounds of the season. Still have 13 rounds left, 13 races. But that's going to be it for this live stream. Our next race is the Spanish Grand Prix at Montjuic, or however you pronounce that. Montjuic. I don't know. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. I'm pretty sure that you know, the results are going to be based pretty much on the same basis as they have been in the first few races. We really need to be very, 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 very lucky in order to do anything good. But we'll have to wait and see. Actually, now that I think about it, from off the top of my head, the AI is actually quite incredibly slow at this circuit, so we might be able to do well here. We'll have to wait and see. But, well, that's not going to be until next week, next Saturday. So, yeah, thank you everyone for joining this stream. I hope you enjoyed. I know I had quite a bit of fun. So, yeah, I will have to wait until the next week to see how Oliver Higgs's 1975 season unfolds. So yeah, that is it. Once again, thank you all so much for joining this live stream. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.